Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a massive shift happening in artificial intelligence. It's a move away from just being about abstract code and into a huge physical industrial reality.
So let's just jump right in with the biggest number of the week, $40 billion. And to be clear, this isn't just another tech investment. No, this is the kind of money that builds actual empires. And it's sending a crystal clear signal about where AI is headed. Because here's the key thing you gotta understand. We're moving past the time when AI was just code floating around in the cloud. The future of AI is literally being built with steel, concrete, and massive, massive power grids. It's nothing less than a full-blown industrial revolution for intelligence itself. All right, so let's start from the ground up, shall we? We're talking about the picks and shovels of this new digital gold rush. Because before you can have even a single line of AI code, you need a physical place for it to live and breathe. So get this, a true powerhouse consortium, you can think of them as the AI Avengers, just made that $40 billion bet. But they're not buying some hot new software company. Nope, they're acquiring Aligned Data Centers, a company that builds the gigantic, power-hungry warehouses where AI will actually be born. What's really fascinating here is just how strategic this is. This isn't just a pile of money being thrown at a problem. You've got the financial muscle from players like BlackRock, the absolutely insatiable demand and core tech from Nvidia and Microsoft, and then the on-the-ground expertise from Aligned. It's a perfectly balanced partnership, and it's designed for one thing, to build at a speed and scale we have never seen before. And as Larry Fink points out, this totally changes the game for big tech. I mean, why build your own super expensive AI factory when you can just rent one? This lets companies like Microsoft focus on what they do best, building incredible AI, and leave the dirty work of construction and maintenance to the experts. Okay, so we've laid the physical foundation, the concrete is poured, so what kind of software is going to run on it? Well, we're seeing the rise of a whole new breed of AI, and it's kicking off a fierce agent war in the business world. Now, this is a really critical distinction to grasp. We're moving way beyond the simple chatbots that just answer your questions. Think of it this way. A chatbot is like a helpful librarian who can find a book for you. An AI agent, well, that's a personal assistant who not only finds the book, but reads it, summarizes the key points, and then drafts an email to your team about it. It's a digital teammate that actually does things. So, how do these agents remember everything? This slide breaks it down beautifully. Systems like AWS's AgentCore basically mimic the human brain. They pull out the important details from a conversation, they store them away, and then they can recall them in an instant. This is what turns a simple tool into a true digital partner. And believe me, the corporate world is taking notice. We're seeing an all-out arms race with giants like Oracle and Salesforce sticking these agents directly into their products. Even consulting firms like PwC are getting in on the action, deploying whole armies of AI agents to streamline things for their clients. The message is pretty clear: adapt or get left behind. But, and this is a big but, there's a huge elephant in the room: trust. While a whopping 97% of companies are jumping on the AI agent bandwagon, a pretty big majority are still hesitant to give them the keys to the kingdom. It's like we all want the benefits of this powerful technology, but we're not quite ready to let it drive the car just yet. And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. How is this technology going to reshape our jobs? For professionals, AI is both an incredibly powerful tool and, a potential threat. It's a story of amazing opportunity and some pretty significant risk. On the one hand, the potential to do good is just staggering. Imagine an AI that can spot rare cancer cells in a blood sample 1,000 times faster than a human. This isn't just about efficiency. We're talking about saving lives. This is the promise of AI at its absolute best. But on the other hand, the peril is just as real. A lawyer in Quebec was fined $5,000 for using AI to just invent fake legal cases, complete fabrications, and then submitted them to a court. It's a stark and pretty expensive reminder that these tools can be very confidently wrong. So, this is the fundamental question that every single professional needs to be asking themselves right now. Is AI a brilliant co-pilot that's going to make us better at our jobs? Or is it a tempting shortcut that could lead to costly mistakes and completely erode our credibility? And this tension is playing out in our schools too. Students are embracing AI, but they're also worried about what it's doing to their actual learning skills. And at the same time, their data is often being used to train these very same AI models, which raises some serious questions about privacy and consent. Okay, so let's zoom out and take a look at the big economic picture. Let's tackle the question that's on every investor's mind. Are we witnessing a historic technological build-out, or are we just inflating another speculative bubble? The sheer amount of money pouring into AI is just mind-boggling. We're talking about a market that's projected to hit $500 billion in just a couple of years. When you see numbers climbing that fast, you have to ask, is this a sustainable boom, or are we watching a massive bubble inflate right before our eyes? But there's a really compelling counter-argument, and Jim Cramer puts it perfectly. Think of it like the railroad boom back in the 19th century. A lot of the early companies went bust, for sure, but the railroads they built transformed the entire country. The same could be true for AI. Even if some of the current companies fail, the underlying technology will fundamentally reshape our world. And it's not just investors who are paying attention. You've got regulators and central bankers walking this very tight rope, trying to encourage innovation while managing all the new risks that AI brings to the table. They're worried about things like a few companies having all the control and the potential for AI-driven financial instability. So as AI moves from the lab into the real world, from abstract code to $40 billion concrete data centers, we're left with this final, provocative thought. The power of this technology is scaling at an exponential rate. The real question is, can our human systems, our trust, our wisdom, and our infrastructure, can they possibly keep pace?